You've asked for more games on mobile with controller support, and without any further ado, here we go. Hey warriors, I'm Ben, and today on Android Gamespot, I'll talk about 10 of the best games out in 2020 with controller support, and if you haven't seen the previous video, link is in the description as well as at the end of this video. And just a quick reminder before we begin, I release new videos on the channel every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for everything mobile gaming. Number 10. Grid Autosport. Grid Autosport came out in December 2019, so it's not technically a 2020 game, but it wasn't featured in the previous video, so here it is now. The game sports some of the best graphics ever for a racing game on mobile, customizable controls so you can race with touchscreen controls, tilting your device, or with a wireless gamepad. Each can be tweaked to your preference. The driving is realistic and there's a career mode, quick races and other cups and championships, and you can also make your own custom event. It's also worth mentioning you can download the early access multiplayer version and play free of charge. The only few downsides to Grid Autosport are the somewhat high price tag, the occasional frame drops, and the fact that this game will drain your battery faster than most apps. Number 9. Doom. Doom is the godfather of first-person shooters, and so it's great to see this port land on mobile. Doom on mobile keep a lot of what made the original game so legendary in the first place. You got the gore comic book aesthetic, the gun animations, amazing sounds from the sounds of the monsters to the shotgun blasts. The Doom atmosphere is all here, no doubt, but here is the thing. The game plays horribly without a controller. The touchscreen controls are just some of the worst I've seen on a mobile FPS. The magic fix: connect your controller and all of a sudden, Doom is once again a blast. A blast from the past? Yes, but a blast to play? Definitely. Number 8. Castle Rambo. Castle Rambo is the latest game to see the light on mobile from developer Chorus Games, the same team behind games like Unbroken Soul and Super Oscar. In Castle Rambo, a 2D action platformer, you play as a king and your kingdom has been stolen right from under your nose, and you're not very happy about it either. You platform your way through randomly generated levels, hunt for loot, and showing the enemies who's the boss here. Enemies like slime pigs, bat pigs, bomb pigs, just a lot of pigs to get through. Castle Rambo has gorgeous 2D pixelated graphics with destructible environment, customizable avatars, and lots of fun to have whether you played with a controller or not. Number 7. Bit Dungeon 3. Staying in the roguelite genre, this is the first Bit Dungeon game that I played, and so if you're like me and are looking to start with this one, you have nothing to worry about and plenty of fun to have in this 2D action adventure game from Kinto Games. The game is a roguelite dungeon crawler and one of the best ones available right now, with randomly generated overworld and dungeons, and of course that includes secrets, items, and even NPCs. There's also permadeath with one chance to retrieve your soul before starting from scratch. The camera angle is top-down view and the battles are fun and rewarding, especially the boss battles. There's also online co-op play, so you can take down dungeons together with your friends, or PvP, in which you go rogue and try to unleash the permadeath curse on other players. I found Bit Dungeon 3 controls great with a gamepad and also without, and for the price tag and the huge replay value, this is an easy must play. Number 6. Disgaea 1. Disgaea 1 on mobile is the remake of the first Disgaea, Hour of Darkness, that came out on the PlayStation 2 back in 2003. The remake improves on many things that were already good, namely the graphics, the animations as in special moves, and gameplay mechanics with the addition of combos during battle. This is one of the best tactical turn-based JRPG games on mobile, and it's exactly the same as the Nintendo Switch port, and they also share the price tag, which is quite high for a mobile game at $33. Last but not least, Disgaea 1 will require you to do some grinding, but there's also an auto battle function, although it takes away from the tactical nature of the combat, and the game supports PS4 controllers. Number 5. Mindcell. Mindcell just landed earlier this summer on Google Play and the App Store, and is one of the best third-person shooters on mobile that delivers a sci-fi story-driven single-player experience with strong vibes of one of the most hyped games on console, starring Keanu Reeves, Cyberpunk 2077. You escape from being a science experiment and are searching for the truth, and the bad guys are hunting you down. The game mixes very well combat, chatting with NPCs, and small puzzles to advance. Combat wise, it's a mix of heavy gunplay and absolutely vicious melee fights, and let me tell you, it's brutal and wonderful. Mindcell is optimized for mobile devices and plays well with or without a controller, and the tiny $1.99 price tag is even more reasons to jump right in. Number 4. Pascal's Wager. When it comes to Dark Souls type of games on mobile, the choice is very limited, and only a handful of games provide a close Souls-like experience, namely games like Our Blood Memory and Animus. Pascal's Wager comes to widen the library, and in a good way. The game takes from the combat of Dark Souls and the world structure of Neo. You play as Terence in search of his missing wife, and the story is told more through cutscenes and long dialogues rather than through the world and subtle whistles here and there as in the Souls games, and although challenging, it's not as hard as its spiritual brother. All in all, Pascal's Wager delivers on the Souls-like experience with meaty combat, good progression, and an absolutely gorgeous 3D world. And although it takes some time to get used to the controls, the payoff is absolutely worth it, and I highly recommend this one. Number 3. RFL. I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan of the JRPG genre in general and the 16-bit era in specific, and RFL is a modern retro JRPG and a remaster of the PC game back in 2016. Without spoilers, the story is well crafted and each of the cast that you can pick to tag along for the journey have their own backstory and motivation. The battle system, which is turn-based, has been revamped, and there's also new classes, skills, quests, and an upgraded crafting system. After you leave your home village, you're pretty much free to go anywhere you wish on the map, and the game definitely rewards the explorer's type, as you can find plenty of powerful gear scattered across the map if you search well enough. The JRPG, on top of everything mentioned, also features puzzles that once solved can unlock secrets and hidden treasures. RFL is hands down one of the best JRPGs on mobile to date and a must-play for fans of the genre. Number 2. The Gardens Between. The Gardens Between will test your logic senses and observation skills through its time manipulation mechanics, but it doesn't stop there. The puzzle adventure game will also charm you with its visual art style and the intricate puzzles it has in store for you. You play as two young friends who are on a journey to climb to the top of each island carrying a sacred light, and you use their power to stop and backtrack in time in order to keep moving forward. And there is a poetic way about it, as often in life we find ourselves reflecting on the past so we can move forward. You will have an absolute blast playing the 12-hour long story campaign using your HID controller, as The Gardens Between is delightful and one of the best ways to spend $5 on the Play Store. And before we check out the champion, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and ring the bell to get notified about the latest videos. Number 1. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The PlayStation Classic by Konami is finally out on mobile, and Konami made sure to time its release with the new season of the Castlevania anime on Netflix, and that is just good marketing from a business perspective, but marketing can only go so far. So how is Symphony of the Night on mobile? It's very good. The castle map is huge, even when you think you're done with the game, and some OG fans will know what I mean. There is a high level of detail and a story that is told through the world rather than long cutscenes. The combat is good and challenging, but not frustrating, and there are plenty of weapons, secrets and boss battles to keep you busy for a while. Also, the instant continue from the last room you entered is a great feature, and although the touchscreen controls are somewhat funky, the game plays beautifully with a controller. And that sums up my picks for 10 of the best mobile games in 2020 with gamepad support. And I'm curious, what gamepad do you play with? Let's continue the discussion in the comment section down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, your likes are a huge help, and subscribing is a good idea if you haven't yet, as I pump out new videos like this every week. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, and if you also want to support the channel, you can sign up for membership on Patreon or YouTube for as little as $1 and get access to exclusive bonus videos, behind the scenes rewards, or your name right here. So head over to patreon.com/AndroidGamespot or check out the links in the description below. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you warriors for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android Gamespot. Stay epic!